Hey guys, Kurt here, and today I want to talk about why you shouldn't talk about your twin flame. And it's very, very simple. For those of you that are kind of still in that dark night of the soul energy, you're still having the obsessive thinking, you're still pining for answers, grasping for answers, looking for answers. You are experiencing that feeling of meaninglessness, right? The dark night of the soul, right? The dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is the first step of your spiritual awakening. And as I pointed out in my video yesterday, that happens to a lot of people who are going through a spiritual awakening, right? Jim Carrey, it happened to him. I'm not sure, I don't think he met his other self, aka twin flame, also known as a twin flame. I think it was something else, but still that happened to him, and he thought he was going crazy, and then he came out of it and he awakened. The ego fell away. The ego was being broken up so that it could be cleared out. That's why you have that experience. That's why you have the painful thoughts and the feeling of meaninglessness and the obsession and the hurt and everything, and it's just like really intense. It's not normal depression or anything like that. It's something else. Okay, and if you're here watching this video, you probably know what I'm talking about. But other things can trigger that too. And for him, it was something else. For Eckhart Tolle, it was something else. But for you, it was triggered by the meeting of you and your other self, also known as a twin flame. And it triggered that breakup of the ego. So don't feed the beast. The ego's dying. And if you talk about your twin flame situation with people, you're feeding the ego. You're just going to drag that process out. It's just going to be painful for longer. No. Don't talk to people about it. Don't talk to people about it. You're just feeding the ego, and it takes longer for it to go away. Let it go away. Let the ego die. Spend time in solitude instead. Watch Eckhart Tolle videos. Read The Power of Now. Watch my videos. I have a whole playlist assembled on this channel where I put all my twin flame videos together. If you go to the main page of this channel and you go to the playlists menu, there's a playlist called How to Get Your Twin Flame. Watch those videos, and I kind of put them all in order, in like a logical order, I think, that kind of takes you through like certain lessons. Go watch those videos. John Butler is a good one, right? Anybody that teaches true spirituality, and you can spot true spirituality versus fake, I guess you would call it fake spirituality, okay? Fake spirituality maybe would be something where you see them talking about all this psychological stuff and how to figure out what to do and thinking about it and figuring out and figuring out and figuring out and understanding and figuring out and understanding. Or metaphysics, and they just put the label spiritual on it. True spiritualism is going to be anybody who teaches you how to get out of the mind, how to stop trying to figure out, how to stop trying to understand. And your fast track way to doing that always is to shift the focus of your attention to the present moment. Over and 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 over again. Mindfulness is when you catch yourself in your mind. Oh, I'm doing it again. And then you switch the focus of your attention to the present moment. And you do that over and over and over and over and over again. That practice of being present and how to identify when you're in your mind or ego, whatever word you want to pick, they're kind of interchangeable. That's spiritualism. Your soul is pure consciousness. So a spiritual journey is necessarily going to be dealing with, where is my attention focused? And if it's focused on the present, you are aligning with your soul. Okay? And the ego is very, very sneaky. It's very tricky. It's always going to try to trick you. It's going to convince you that you have to do something to figure out what to do, to understand what to do. And so when you see somebody talking about spiritualism in quotation marks, and they're giving you all this psychological stuff, all these steps you got to take and how to understand how it all works and the breakdown and blah, 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 that's psychology. And you guys, I talk about this in almost every single one of my videos, don't I? Get present. Read The Power of Now. Get out of your mind. Your twin flame is your other self. You got to let them go, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I do have videos where I explain how you know you met them, what are twin flames. But beyond that, when I get into the actual teaching, it's that. This is a spiritual journey, guys. It's technically, really, there's no such thing as the twin flame journey. You met them so that you could ascend. Okay? Now, if you're out there talking to everybody about it, you're feeding the monster. You're feeding the ego. And anyway, if you talk about it with somebody else, they're just going to project their fears on you. Guys, most people living in this world are unconscious. And that's not a judgment. That's just kind of the way it is. You know, most people, and they don't even realize that they're unconscious. And they think that you're just going crazy. And you might think you are too, but you're not. You're just having a spiritual awakening. And I promise it does get better. If you're still kind of in that dark night of the soul energy, I promise it gets better. But stop feeding the ego. It's dying. Let it. Trust me, you'll feel better when it's done. You will. You will, I swear, I promise. But you got to stop feeding it. All those Facebook groups that you're on, where they just talk about it and they're obsessed over twin flames and what do I do now? Oh my God, just let it go. Just get off those Facebook groups, guys. All the twin flame channels on YouTube where it's healing and we got to save the divine masculine template and we got to wait for the divine to do its thing and go through all these steps and stages and go through all these energy portals and I don't know, like you guys, that's junk food spirituality. That's fast food spirituality. And it's all either going to be psychology or metaphysics. And those two things on their own are fine things. Of their own accord, those two things are okay, but they're not spiritualism. They're not. Spiritualism is your spirit. Your spirit is pure consciousness. If you want to align with your soul, which is pure consciousness, shift the focus of your attention to the present. And a true spiritual journey is where you get really good at doing that over and over and over again. Read The Power of Now. Read The Power of Now. Watch Eckhart Tolle videos, guys. You can tell the difference between true spiritualism and all the other stuff. And all the other stuff, again, is okay. Those things are fine of their own accord, but they're not spiritualism. They're not. And anyway, psychology and metaphysics, those things are going to work better if you're coming from your soul first, instead of trying to access your soul through psychology. And I don't care how many so-called teachers out there try to put the spiritual label on psychology. It's never going to be psychology. Spiritualism is always going to be one simple thing. Your soul, your spirit is pure consciousness. To get in touch with that, you shift the focus of your attention to the present. And you got to get really good at doing that over and over and over again so that you get out of your ego and align with your soul. That's true spiritualism. Your soul is pure consciousness. So stop talking about it. Stop talking to everybody about it. Don't talk about your twin flame anymore. Don't talk about it. Meditate and do it all day throughout the day. Be in a state of meditation all day. Shifting the focus of your attention to the present moment over and over and over again. And anyway, guys, this is how you get your twin flame anyway. You guys are one soul. I guess you have to align with your soul. I guess that's what you got to do, right? Right. So do that. Let go of the twin flame obsession and get on the true spiritual journey. This is Kurt signing off. Have a lovely day. I'll see you guys next time.